Hello and a warm welcome to Triumph Women Beating the Odds. My name is Okello Sharon Nagenjwa, the girl from Moyam. And as usual, we celebrate the triumph of women who have overcome adversities in their careers, in their social life, and in their business world. Thank you for joining us. The journey to starting an events company is far from easy. This week, we bring to you Mrs. EDITH WAISWA, who encountered obstacles that tested her resolve and determination. From securing funding and clients to building a reputation in a competitive industry, she faced many uphill battles. However, through hard work, creativity, and unwavering dedication, she overcame these challenges and turned her vision into reality. Hi, Edith.
Hello.
How are you? So glad to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, so I followed your work, Edith, your events work, and what you're doing with your life, and it's amazing what you're doing. And it triggers in my mind that how did she start? What's her story? You know, a young woman like her who is thriving in the events industry and decorations and stuff. There's so many women who are doing decorations, but specifically you, I was a bit, I had a little bit of curiosity. And curiosity does not lie to me. There's always something behind it. So I want to know, tell me a bit about yourself.
Or something about myself. Mrs. MUSIIMENTA, EDITH WAISWA, my husband's name.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a mother of 3.
Okay.
And I run lit events and a baking company.
Okay.
It's a baking company. We supply sound system all in one.
I love women who start with, which will proudly say, I am married and I'm Mrs. So-and-so. And that's amazing because most women don't want to. They want to hide in the shadows. So let's proceed. So tell me how this was awakened.
So this started, it started 2017.
Okay.
I'd left school. I'd graduated. So after graduating, I got a job. I was working at Stanchart.
Okay.
And as I was there, I used to look at people coming, bank and everything. But one thing that grabbed my attention, that really caught my attention, was the business people that would bring money to the bank. Okay. I would see business people coming every evening and they would bring in sums of big money. So I love money. Yeah. I wanted this money.
Yeah.
I didn't want just a salary. I was like, I want to tap into this. So that's when I started to think, what can I do? And I was passionate about events. Back in high school, I was the entertainment prefect. So I'm like, you know what? I think things to do with events, they excite me. I want to get into this.
Events,
yes. And at that time, I had someone. I should say my ex. I had someone, so he kept telling me, yeah, business is good. You should do business. Salary is not something for you. You should do business. You should leave that job and I'll help you out with business.
So he said he's going to leave job. He's going to sort out.
Yeah, he was
thing to actually do with your business.
Yes, at that
capital
time,
and what?
Yes, at that time. We were expecting. So he was like, you need to give time to the child, and business is the way to go. Salary, no. So I figured out this is really good. You know, the vision. You know, it all aligned, and then I quit.
You quit your job.
Yes.
Okay. Why is this so familiar? Okay.
So I quit my job, and then months down, I'm telling this gentleman, you know what, I've quit my job. I can't keep, being home and everything. I have dreams, I have everything. What's the way forward? And then he was telling me, you know what, now I think reality now started getting in. I started to
Yes.
see a side of, you know, a different side of someone that I had never seen.
Yeah.
Now this person started to tell me, you can't do this. I would tell him, you know what, I can do, I'm passionate about events, I can do
Yes.
events. And he would tell me, no, you can't do events. And it got so bad that he would really, really discourage me. He would tell me, you can't, you
Reduce your
exactly,
esteem.
like he would even laugh. He
Yeah.
would be like, you want to do events, you can also do this. Edith, get serious. You can't do that.
Wait a minute. This is the same person who told you in the beginning that you can do it.
Yes.
I mean, we lie. Someone say they'll leave you in a desert, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And trust me, this was a very hard moment for me, because
Yeah.
seeing someone who was so supportive, someone who loved me to bits and everything, and now he's the same person
Yeah.
who crushes me down like so bad,
Yes.
who is not supporting. I told myself, you know what, Edith, you know who you are, you know where you're supposed to be. Go chase your dreams.
Yes.
So I told my mom. My mom was like, I just sat down, got a company name. I was like, this is I loved lit. Lit was exciting, something lit. Oh my God, that girl is lit those days. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I want to be lit. When people talk about something nice, they know it's lit. Lit events. I had some very little money on me. I got this money, I got a few friends, I got, you know, uniformed clothes, took them to a studio and took pictures of them. I was like, let me start with ushers, because at least at that point, I could, you know.
That's the beginning.
Yes. I started up my page and everything, and I kept pushing.
Women, in most cases, we tend to feel sorry for ourselves, especially when we've given birth to a child. Were you wedded with this man?
No.
It was come and we stay relationship?
Exactly.
Okay. So in other words, you're just cohabiting.
Yes, we're cohabiting.
So like in situations like that, we're always telling ourselves, you know, now I have a child with this person. Doesn't matter what I'm going through with them, I need to stay here for my child, because society will say, now I've given birth to one child, I'm out again, like I'm like a street girl, just giving birth and then moving out. So it takes courage to say enough is enough. And most women are going through the biggest abuses. And yours was emotional and Nan's lack of support. Others are going through physical torture and all that stuff, but they're still staying put in relationships where they're supposed to say no. We're going to continue with that story then after this short break. Well, like I always say, that every triumph has a beginning. The beginnings are always rocky. And so whatever situations that we might find ourselves in, that we have put ourselves in, or they've just come out of the blue, the truth is, the fact is, problems will always be there. Question is, how do you get out of it? How do you triumph over adversity? Young ladies out there, this episode is dedicated to you. That for whatever situations we have been through, or we think we have done it, and we like to wallow in self-pity, stop it. There's no time for self-pity. Rise and triumph above adversity. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back from that short break. I am Okello Sharon Nagenjwa, the girl from Oyam, and this is Triumph Women Beating the Odds. We're still here with Mrs. EDITH MUSIIMENTA, a businesswoman, a young woman who is an events guru and trying to make it in life. She's thriving in the events industry, but the question is, what is her story? A woman who is a graduate of public relations and now a businesswoman operating here at Equatorial Mall. every businesswoman has a story. Every person you see that is successful has a story. Forget the normal stories of I started in a garage. I mean, triumph brings you the real stories. So that if you're in that situation, you know that you can triumph out of it. I do not know your story. You know it better. But maybe when we tell these stories, you can relate to it and find means and ways to triumph over your situation. So, Edith, we were still talking about that sad moment of now you stepping out, finally saying, no, I am leaving this relationship. I'm leaving the father of my child. And I'm starting life on my own, regardless of the naysayers, the judgment that may come. As women, you always expect that.
Yeah.
What was that turning point?
So that turning point, I remember we were constructing a home, and then there's this time I was talking to this gentleman, and I told him, so what's the plan? What's the plan?
I love how you call him gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked him, so what's the plan? What's our future? After we construct the home and everything, what's our future? So this gentleman tells me, I think after this building is set up, we should I think I should buy a big car, like, you know, something big and cozy, like, you know, like a Prado or something. I elevate my style. I'm like, okay. So I listened to this gentleman, and there was no us anywhere, like
it
no
was
coming
home.
Yeah,
yes.
No coming home, no doing business with me or anything. And that was my turning point. I was like, you know what? I think this is it. This gentleman, I don't see my plans with this gentleman. I should go thrive and look for my future. So I get back home. I go home, and he wasn't really bothered and everything. So I go home, and while I was home, already I'd started the shop.
Yeah.
I would go to the shop and everything. Of course, the sales were, you know, they were not there, the location and everything. But then I had friends here at Ikotorio. So it was a group of Banyankole girls. So I would come to their shop. They had one shop. And whenever I would come, we would sit, talk and everything. And then they told me, Edith, why don't you come? Why don't you come to town?
Yeah.
And I told them, you guys, I can't come to town. If rent in Nansana has failed, how about Kampala, inside town? It's not easy. I'm just starting up and everything. They're like, Edith, city is city. I remember this particular girl, Flavia, she told me, Edith, city is city. You will thrive. You can't fail to thrive here. And then I talked to my mom, and she was like, I think they're right. You know, you should go out there, go and, you know, try your best. All I can do is support you. So she got me a loan. She gave me a loan.
Oh, kudos to support. I love supportive parents. First, give me a high five on her behalf.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So all thanks to my mom, because she was there for me. It wasn't an easy moment for me. It wasn't.
And how much was it, the loan?
It was 5 million, just 5 million.
It's not just, sweetheart. That's a lot of money. So many people are looking for just one.
Oh yes. So I come, pay my first rent, you know, set up, do a few setups here. I had a very small shop, not even this. It was smaller. Back, it was at the back. So I pay my rent, and, you know, I start my journey. Now, while I was here, the first day, second day, I looked at myself. I'm like, okay, I come to town every day. I feed, I transport myself, but where is this money coming from? I need a constant source of income. And you know, events don't come in all the time, every single day. And at that time I was just picking up, I was starting. So I looked around the building where I was working, and I was like, what moves so fast? I saw people eat, people love food. And I'm like, if I did something, if I bought something, snacks or something, I think they would thrive.
Yeah.
So there was this evening I walked into a supermarket, Tuskys.
Yeah.
I walked into that supermarket and there were cakes there. I looked at these cakes and I was like, I think these cakes are tasty and nice.
Yeah.
So I bought these cakes. I went back home and I gave them to people at home. I was like, you guys, try these cakes and tell me what's up. What do you think? They're like, these cakes are tasty. They are nice. I could have another. Give me. I'm like, okay. I went back the next day. I bought 15 cakes. I bought them to the shop.
Yeah.
I walked around every single shop at Equatorio. People bought them.
You said, I have cakes. I have cakes.
Yes. Within no time, the cakes were done. I'm like, okay, this is good business. I went back. I would sell 30 to 50 a day. So it was good business. Now this cake started running. They would give me rent, you know, sustain me here and there. And then when the events would come in, that money would do, you know, something. And that is how I thrived. Like, that is how late events picked up. And then from then, I think Tuskys closed after COVID. So when Tuskys closed, I was like, okay, now what should I do? At that time, I had a fiancé. Yeah. So I had a fiancé.
You got someone?
Yes.
I love. Okay.
I got someone and he was so supportive.
Oh.
That's my husband. And I give him all...
Mr. MUSIIMENTA. Is it MUSIIMENTA?
No, Mr. WAISWA.
Mr. WAISWA.
Yes.
MUSIIMENTA.
Mr. WAISWA Emma.
Mr. WAISWA Emma. So this MUSIIMENTA name is your name?
That's my name.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my name. So he was so supportive. He would, you know, he wanted to see me thrive. He would come around. He was so excited, you know. And then he tells me, you know what? He enrolled me in baking school. Wow. He told me, you know what? Go ahead, do baking and everything. You know, he was supportive. We started school. I started baking school. I expanded from events. We just don't do events alone. We do cakes. And then I also didn't stop there. Okay. He's a doctor. Yeah. But I would see him, he had passion for music. He loved, you know, music and everything. So I told him, why don't you do something? I do events. I'm into the events world. And most times when I decorate and bake, people want music. They move hand in hand. Why don't you go ahead and, you know, do something? You could. So we went ahead and purchased music systems. So we got music systems and we have that whole package. Yeah. So that is us. That is how, you know, we run our events. We have cakes, we have decor, we decorate any type of function, and at the same time we supply music system.
Girl, you're a Wonder Woman. You are God. Hey, God bless you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. So where are we at now? How is business going?
Right now, business is, I should say, beautiful. Yeah, because we run business every single month. We have events coming in throughout the year. And we don't take that for granted. This has come because of referrals. The few people I started with right from the start, you know, I would do one small function and, you know, someone would forward me to another and and then we are now who we are because of, you know, all those people that have been supporting us. What's your last message to the young women out there? My message to the young women out there: be resilient, be restless for what you want.
Amen. And remember to match prayer with hard work. They go hand in hand. Do not relax and think that when you pray, everything will just fall like manna. No, it does not work like that. What you work for, what you push for, at the end of the day, it will never lie. As they say in Luganda, inkumbi terimba. But then you bring it back to the real world, but everything you put your hand to do, all we pray is that may God bless the works of your hand. May God bless you. May God bless you.
Thank
Be
you.
blessed. This is amazing.
Thank you.
May God continue blessing the works of your hand and continue being an amazing, hardworking woman. Until next time, my name is Okello Sharon Nagenjwa, and this is Triumph Women Beating the Odds. Don't forget to follow us on our socials at Girl from Miami and at Triumph Women UJ.